Hey, what's good, y'all? Happy Monday. It's the day after the Super Bowl. First and foremost, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and the MVP. I believe he's two-time MVP now, Patrick Mahomes. I'm sure Eagles fans have a lot of mixed emotions and reactions to the game. I have to say this though. I'm disappointed in the officiating. You know, I just really can't stand when referees get too involved in the game and they slow the game down and they make the game controversial to where the winning team has a controversial win rather than an outright win. But I'm an honest person. I'm not an Eagles fan nor a Chiefs fan. I'm an LA dude. I've been rocking with the Rams ever since they came to LA. I grew up a Raiders fan, but I couldn't rock with the Las Vegas Raiders. No. You know, it was bad enough they wasn't in LA no more, which is where I'm from. But I was rocking with the Oakland Raiders for a long time. But then once they were making their move to Las Vegas, and we heard, all of us LA natives, we heard that we was going to be getting the Rams first. A lot of us have been rocking with the Rams. Now, still some other people that's been still with the Raiders. You got some Niners fans. You got a lot of Cowboys fans in California too now. But I decided to rock with the team that we finally had gotten back in our city. And I told myself, whatever team it was going to be, it didn't matter which one it was, except for the Chargers, because I wasn't going to disrespect the Raiders like that. You know, that's a real big rival. Raiders and Chargers are big rivals, and I wasn't going to be no Charger fan, even though they're in LA now too. But Rams, I've been rocking with them, so I'm not biased when I say this, y'all. Now, a lot of you Eagles fans can say they cheated. The referees cheated for the Chiefs, and say, you know, man, that bullshit ass holding call, defensive holding call, is what made them lose the game. All right, I can respect that, but I'm not blind to what I see. And before I speak on that particular play, I have to say this though. In the third quarter, the referees made some bad calls against the Chiefs. They robbed them of that defensive touchdown, that defensive fumble recovery touchdown that should have counted. That Philadelphia Eagle receiver, I forget who it was, that man caught the ball. He had control of the ball, turned around, then got hit, and then the ball came loose. But when you see the replay and in slow motion, anybody knows that was a fumble. It was not an incomplete pass. But the referees reviewed it. They came back and they said it was incomplete. So they robbed the Chiefs of that touchdown. And they made another questionable call that I forget exactly what play it was or what type of play it was, but it was twice where I was like, wow. I just have to say wow, because I felt like, I don't want to say I felt like the referees were cheating the Chiefs, but I felt like the referees were made two bad calls that was against, or that hurt the Chiefs, and that hurt the Chiefs' chances of, you know, trying to make a run to come back in the game. They were down by 10 at the half. They rallied. They tried to come back. You know, they were doing their thing in the third quarter, but I felt like the referees kind of interfered with their progress. But they still came back. And in the fourth quarter, it was all pretty much Chiefs. Jalen Hurts had a great game. The Eagles were solid. I actually had predicted the Eagles to win. I just felt like the edge, I was giving the edge to the Eagles. But it was a great game, man, by Mahomes, by Pacheco, McKinnon, Scantling, whatever the dude's name. Great game, you know. Hurts had a great game. What's the other receivers on the Eagles too? And both defenses played very good, very solid. But with that being said, you Eagles fans cannot be that butthurt when you know there were some calls that was favorable for the Eagles, and that was like almost like a slap in the Chiefs' face in the third quarter. Now in the fourth quarter, that last drive, a lot of y'all can say, man, they should have let that go. Man, that was a bullshit ass call. Man, he barely held him. Okay, I can side with that. But me, growing up playing football, of course not in the pros or in college football or in college, but from little leagues all the way through high school, I was a DB. I was a cornerback. I know what you can do and what you cannot do. Now, you can play bump and run. You can be right up on the line, up against the receiver. You can jam him up, knock him back, knock him over within 5 yards. Until that receiver gets past 5 yards off the line of scrimmage, you can actually hit him. You can knock him off balance and jam him up, but you cannot hold him. Under no circumstances can you hold the receiver. Now, Eagles fans can say that was petty, and it's too late in the game, it's too crucial in the game for them to call that call. When the receiver barely even left the line of scrimmage, or he didn't even get past 5 yards. I can agree with that. He didn't get past 5 yards before when he was being held. So he kind of got held a little bit, maybe right at the line of scrimmage, or maybe 1 yard, you know, ahead of the line of scrimmage. But you can't knock the referees for calling that, because when you see the replay, regardless of whether you think it's petty or not, or if it was a baby hold or not, he did hold him a little bit. He held him kind of twice. He held him in the beginning, and then when he tried to get off to run his route a little bit, he kind of held him, and that kind of slowed down his route to where he probably could have got to the ball in the end zone when the ball was thrown that way. So I almost feel like it was like returning a favor, because they knew they screwed up some calls in the third quarter. So it was like, okay, they could look at it as being petty, but they felt like it was illegal enough for them to just call that. Now they got the reset, so they was back to 1st and 10 or 1st and goal, and they had 4 chances technically to score. Eagles the time was not on their side. It was already pretty much out of timeouts, and the Chiefs, they were smart. They ran the clock out, ran the timeout, and they won the game at the end with the field goal. So Eagles fans, I just hope y'all don't go to the extreme and start saying that the Super Bowl is fixed. I mean, I feel like a lot of Super Bowls were fixed. In my opinion, a lot of Super Bowls I saw that I was like, whoa, hold on. This is some BS. But just from my lens and what I saw, you know, I got to call a spade a spade. The referees messed up and screwed up some calls in the third quarter that favored the Eagles. And the referees made a ruling, and they called a defensive hold at the most crucialest time of the game, which helped favor the Chiefs to win. So, you know, you got to call a spade, man. I don't like that the referees made that call on that drive, pretty much the last drive of the game. But at the same time, as unbiased as I am, I thought they were trying to cheat the Chiefs for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all robbed these dudes. Y'all took away their defensive touchdown. And then on top of that, they come back and they made another bad ruling, or they made 2 crucial calls that hurt the Chiefs. It didn't help the Chiefs. It actually helped the Eagles. But the Eagles didn't capitalize on it. the Chiefs defense still did their job. But, you know, I feel like the referee, the Super Bowl refs, whoever's officiating in the Super Bowl, they got to do a better job. They got to be fair, and they got to make sure that the ruling, what we see on camera, it should be the ruling on the field. It's like us as fans, as viewers, we shouldn't see one thing, but then they rule something else. Their ruling is something else. So all I'm saying is, you know, just be fair, man. You know, I feel like the Chiefs were being cheated low key in the third quarter, but then the Philly fans can feel like they got cheated in the fourth quarter. So it's kind of messed up the way the Super Bowl ended. But I feel like the right team won and I feel like they deserve to win the game. So I don't know. You know, I feel like if the referees would have done a better job officiating, you know, we wouldn't have a controversial win like this. It shouldn't have to be like this, but I'm not mad at the ending result, because the way I was feeling at the end of the third quarter, I was shaking my head like, dang, these referees is kind of you know, screwing over the Chiefs right now. But I feel bad for the Eagles right now, too, because of what transpired towards the end. So it was almost like a karma, or it was instant karma, or the referees was returning the favor because of the screw-ups they made in the third quarter. So, I mean, if it was up to me, I would say, hey, we're going to, this game doesn't count. This is a no contest. We're going to do the Super Bowl again next Sunday. Chiefs and Eagles again, since the referee screwed up so bad. But at the same time, Eagles fans, y'all can't be that mad, because y'all got helped. Y'all had some beneficial calls and rulings in y'all's favor in the third quarter. But one call, which was a crucial call, was ruling in the Chiefs' favor on that last drive. But y'all be okay. I don't want nobody on suicide watch. Just get over it. Jalen Hurts is the truth. They need to call him Jalen the Truth Hurts, because that man is the truth. But Mahomes showed you why he's great and why he has that big ass contract, because that man is a competitor. You gotta break his leg to stop him, because he's not gonna quit. Y'all be easy, man.